someone were to restore it, as the Carlians did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
Power enough to subjugate Uldar like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have it.
That he should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
'Tis in acknowledgement of his own limitations that he seeks this power. Woe betide us all should we allow him to have it.
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in Uldar.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
I should be glad to know the truth, and yet the thought that all this chaos was the product of a woman's lust for power sickens me. How long do you think they intended to hide the existence of Omega from the Scions? That they even felt the need to do so is most troubling. It would be their best interest to learn more of the military activities in the disputed territories. Fortunately, you are already well positioned to do so, Private Karshans. Pray keep us informed of any developments in Cartanau. Be gone, whoop, there's no place for children. I'm sorry. I was looking for you, miss. You said you were looking for the man who left with my parents. You know this girl? So you visited Stone's Throw as well? I see. Did you find the man? Were you my parents with him? They were not, I am afraid. However, I can think of several places they might be. If you like, we can go and look for them together. Really, you'll help me look, mister? Of course, but first, I must needs finish speaking with my friend. She's telling me a secret, you see, so no one else is allowed to listen. Mayhap you wait for me at the pillar over there. We require but a moment. Okay, mister, I'll be waiting. Elfana is definitely growing on me. I'll take her to the quicksand. Mayhap nobody will know what to do. A legion of Garleans and Aether starved primal. Even dealing with an Ascian would be preferable to this charade. Sometimes I fear Menphilia is too ambitious. We rush hither and yon in response to threats as they arise without concern for the strain it places on our limited resources and ourselves. Mayhap the time has come for a change. Oh bro, this is Menphilia. I know this is done, but I must ask you to return to Revenant Soul with all due haste. The situation of the 12's has taken a turn for the worse. I explain in detail once you arrive. The 12's and the primal threat she spoke of before has been confirmed. I have received no reports of Ixali activity, which leaves the Sylphs. Go bro, you know as well as I that the appearance of a primal takes precedence over all else. Now, when you arrive, do inform the antecedent that while I am grateful for her concern, she and Neo here for my safety. I am more than capable of protecting myself. One second. It is a relief to see you healthy and hail, Obro. The latest news from Ul'dah was most disturbing. Clearly, the only injury Alphanaut suffered was to his ego. Dallas, so will heal your long. The other sides will need to be present for this meet. If you are ready to begin, I shall summon them now. Thank you for responding to my call with such haste. Who are we dealing with next? It's not Odin. So it's gotta be... Oh gosh, I can't remember his name now. So many gods. Rest assured, I should not have summoned you were it not urgent. To business then, I received some of the most disturbing news from the Order of the Twin Adder. They have reason to believe it's Ramu. They have reason to believe that the cells have been called forth the revered guardian, the primal Ramu. I'm sorry, may have, then is not certain. The Loader seats here informs us that the elementals themselves murmur of the Lord of Levin's return to the forest. The Sylphalens, however, display no signs of undue commotion. Forgive me antecedent, but the fact need not contradict the elemental's testimony. Unlike his more bellicose compeers, Garuda and so on, Ramu is reputed to act only in the defense of his children. Imagine he would soon make his presence known if any were foolish enough to directly endanger themselves or their territory. The abruptness of the development concerns me. Were we not keeping a close watch on the touch ones and their movements? If preparations for a summoning ritual were indeed underway, it would surely not have escaped your notice. Oh, it didn't. I was pretty sure it was going to happen, just not this soon. I beg your pardon, you foresaw this eventuality and did not to prevent it? I told Paplimo, I suppose I could have reported things to Mephilia earlier, but there honestly wasn't much we could do except wait and see. You know how the Sylphs feel about people poking around their territory. They already summoned Ramu once right after the calamity, but that was because the Garleans came trampling through the forest. And so long as Castrum Orion stands, the Sylphs cannot be blamed for wishing to have the guardian deity on hand. In short, Eden and I are in agreement the action of the forest folk were inevitable and unavoidable. And I maintain the observation would have remained the best quality had it not been for the sudden influx of strangers in the Black Shroud. That, alas, we did not foresee. By all accounts, the recent violence in Ul'dah drove a number of refugees to seek safety under the concealing canopy of the trees. Just like the Sylphs perceived the panicked migration as yet another invasion and quickened the efforts to summon their god. I put in mind of Titan and the kobolds, once again in the affairs of men which have paved the way of Primal's coming. Indeed, one cannot help but wonder what manner of place Eorzea would be without the civilizing influence of mankind, but that as it may, this regrettable development does afford us unique opportunity. But bro, though your dealings with the Sylphs a little solace, you once succeeded in preventing an untimely conflict with Gridania. I wonder might one who has treated with the Sylphs so frivolous in the past not achieve similar success with their patron deity. If Ramu can be convinced of our intentions, or may be a first step to breaking the cycle of primal summoning. A fond hope, were such a thing possible, we would not have been at war with the Beastmen since time immemorial. And maybe this time we can. Let's continue the discussion, Anon. We must needs first consult with the nation most affected by Ramu's presence. The Elder Seeds here has requested your personal involvement, Obro. Pray report to Commander Halix at the Adder's Nest as soon as you are able. Seal yourself for the worst. Well, I hope for peaceful resolution of this matter. Experience suggests that your meeting with the Lord of Levin will prove less than amicable. In such an event, your fellow Scions will of course lend you whatever support you require. Over the signs, your revival has been most anticipated. The appearance of a primal is ever cause for alarm and unease. Though my men staying ready for any eventuality, I know of none more qualified than you to snuff out the threat. Indeed, I would have you do so without delay. The elder Caesar, however, would speak with you first. She is the opinion that your diplomatic rather than martial skills may better serve our cause. I will leave further explanation to our learned leader. Pray make your way to Nafika's altar. The conjurers in attendance will admit you to the lotus stand. Besides the road, right, ma'am? May I show you in?
Scions of the seventh dawn, on behalf of the people of Gridania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty.
Is that the same voice actor as before for her?
I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramu is returned unto the forest. Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace. Our guest informs us that the Sylphs too have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin. Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the Primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands. Unlike the other Primals you have encountered, Lord Ramu is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelves Wood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided. Blessed as you are with the power of the Echo, you are one of the few among us who may commune with a primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations. The Twelves Wood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramu himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities. Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples. You have my thanks. Pray make for Little Solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin. An ill wind blows through the forest. Yet, it is not only the Twelves Wood that flinches at its coming. All the lands of Eorzea shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
Sorry guys, I'm tired today. We are burning through these quests though, so. Overall, the signs I was told to expect you. Understand you go to treat with the primal Ramu himself, an inviable task, but one for which I have no doubt you are well suited. I have been told that the fellow Scions are conducting an investigation of the area as we speak. Then we might discern the location where the Lord of Levin might be found. I'd ask that you abide here until they return with their findings. Uh-oh. I was told that a messenger would be sent as soon as you fellow Scions have finished the investigation. I do not imagine it will be much longer. This one returns with good tidings. Wise one, have finished searching and have wisely identified the precise location where the touched ones summon Lord Ramu. Your timing is impeccable. My fluttery friend, might you be so kind as to escort the Goem to her fellow Scions. It would be this one's pleasure walking one. Please come with us. Come with this one. Wise ones have ventured deep within the self-lens. These ones must proceed carefully and keep an eye out for touched ones. This one is the most sorry, but this one can go no farther. Draw too close to Lord Ramu, and this one may turn mean and nasty like touched ones. And so this one may say farewell for now. Walking will find wise ones not far from here. To the south, go and safely, walking one. So it's actually, I'm relieved for a moment. I thought we were dealing with another one of those confounded self tricksters. I swear, with the wreaking havoc with the skin changing magics, it's a wonder I was able to finish taking my measurements. Yes, it was quite the ordeal. You should have seen the look on your Shalta's face when the 1% you suddenly showed up. That's quite enough, Papliamo. Now, my apologies. It's not like me to ramble, so. At any rate, I was saying, I have finished measuring at their activity in the area, and I'm pleased to say I've reached an indisputable conclusion, to wit, that Ramu was called forth in the vicinity of the Sylphs Aetherite. Come, O road, the Lord of Levin awaits.
Ainora betrays thee, servant of hiding.
Badass entrance.
Thou art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan. I am Ramu, guardian of the children of the forest. Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs? The Gridanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult. Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest naught for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man. Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just. Redanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other. Thy conflicts have brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man. Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed, or light and dark given form when man was born. It would explain much, not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking?
Dude, Ramu's beard goes kind of crazy. That shit, it goes all the way to the ground.
Thou bearest the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges. That they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye. But there is something more in thee. Very well. I shall consider thy proposal. Shouldst thou survive my trial. If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Wither mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee. Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment. Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
Hell yeah, dude. Bring it on, Ramu.
Urianger, it is rare indeed to find you so far from a tome.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady. I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramu, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
Alright. Well, we're searching for a party. I'm gonna run and use the bathroom quick. 1 second. Okay. This is from the flank and this is from the rear. Yes. Cranky gauge. It's so weird that my Dragoon almost hit like 53, but like my Samurai's been getting like negligent XP doing all this story stuff. I wonder why that is. Oh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, here we go. Oh, baby. And this one is from the flank. I can't do none. Oh, not what I meant to do. Oh my. Okay, this is actually hard. No, I keep... Oh, why am I trolling? Well, that was the hardest fight we've had so far. By far and large.
I have taken thy measure, bringer of light. And I judge thee a worthy champion. The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine. Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them. If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
Thou hast slain the Lord of Levin. A regrettable act, but a necessary one. In witnessing thy struggle, a truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Ascians.